Right, lads, we are back again. UFC 104, Kansas City. If you're wondering why this actually is going to be different, you're going to realize after this that I actually had to refilm this intro. I had something playing in the background, never even noticed. So, anyways, we'll move ahead. Last week there was no MMA. It was just Easter. Nothing really to say. Hope you had a good Easter, and let's go ahead with it. Look, let's not waste Magomedov. Yes, so it's a lock of the week this week's going to be a boost Nurmagomedov. He's fighting Miguel Pereira. Now, personally, I'm picking a boost because I think he's on the bigger rise. Again, I don't think Pereira's... Michel Pereira hasn't really beaten anyone inside the UFC, like Michael Ochagdik, Omar Moraes, Jamal Emmers. Every time he's kind of took the step up, he's lost. Once he was Hoofy, he lost. I think a boost is another step up to most of those guys. I think a boost, this is the battle of cardio. A boost kind of got unlucky fighting Sean Strickland and Kai Bahalio back to back. He was never going to beat either of them two. Pushed up a bit too soon. I think he's looked very, very good. I Bruno Ferreira locked the last time he fought him and he submitted him. So look, I'm going to be fair to him. I'm going to give a boost to the nod this time as the lock at 5-4. I think it's solid odds. I don't really think there's any reason to not pick it. Battle of cardio, I think he wins a 15-minute battle of cardio. I think he's the better wrestling. He can hold most of striking. I believe Pereira's striking is very overrated. To be honest, I'll be 100% honest. I believe that Pereira's actual striking is just very overrated and nothing new. So let's move ahead to the favourites. And here we are now on the favourites. Now we're going to start with Damon Blackshear. Damon Blackshear is fighting Anken Hellener. Now Anken Hellener has shown that he is actually a lot better than I think a lot of people expected him to be. But again, jumping in class, he does lose. Like, he's lost to Chris Gutierrez. He beat Coderson Hernandez in his last one, Chedan Halliger, and Kevin Crum. Like, it's not extremely brilliant. Damon Blackshear has had a bit of a rocky one in the UFC. I won't lie, the monster has, but I do think he's the better fighter here. I think he can grind out 15 minutes. I think he has more power on the feet, not in the grappling, but I do think in the power in the feet, and in the reach he has 7. It's 72.5 to 66.5, and he's also nearly 5 inches taller than him. I think the reach and the power in the feet, Damon Blackshear could finish this one early, but I'm going to pick him just to win. Next we go into Randy Brown. Rude Boy, I think that Rude Boy's having a pretty decent fight here against Nicholas Dalby. There's no disrespect to Nicholas Dalby. I actually think Nicholas Dalby's really good. Danish Dynamite. I just think if you're looking at a Randy Brown, will probably be able to outwork him. I think a lot of fights are lost more on the fact of Dalby kind of just getting outworked more than him really doing anything. There's a finish on the cards. I'm going to say Randy Brown just outworks him. Maybe a bit of grapple on the cage. You know, bit of stalling from both. I'd say Randy Brown takes it. On to the next one, we go into Cameron Simone. Now, Cameron Simone has a very, very interesting career because before this, I would have said if I saw Cameron Simone in the card, I'm like, oh yes, there's one of the future fighters. But 2 losses in a row to Peyton Talbot and C-Rod. C-Rod's the prophet, you know, he's the man who stops prospects. And then Peyton Talbot was just better than him. I think that's just fair. Peyton Talbot's very close to pushing into the top. I still am very high in Cameron Simone. I think that Malcolm Wellmaker here, the machine, I think he's another one of these contender series guys coming off regional scene knockouts that just, you know, aren't that impressive. He deserved his contract. He had a really, really good knockout, but it's time to see the delights get the better of him. Does he vault under pressure? I think he will. I think Cameron Simone will play a safe game plan here because, again, Wellmaker has good feet and good hands. He can do it, like, standing up. I'm just not sure if Cameron Simone mixes it up. I think Cameron Simone could probably just drag him into deeper waters with wrestling that I don't really think he kind of has done before and anything like that. So I'll say Cameron Simone by decision, 15 minutes. Next we go into Evan Elder. Now Evan Elder, look, he has got a new opponent after I think his Afghanistani fella got caught molesting, if you put the initials of the main event fighter, who isn't Ian Garry, I won't say it, to a child. So yeah, we won't just talk about that. He's been fully arrested. I think it was a 14-year-old. Very, very strange. He's been pulled out of cards, so Gage Young has stepped in. Now on a week's notice, Guy Money probably not going to be Evan Elender. I don't even think Evan Elender would have actually, like, realistically lost to the fucking other lad, but we are going to pick Evan Elder. I think he just has the stronger wrestling, the more UFC experience. I think the bright lights, week's notice, you're probably going to see Gage Young come in here probably a bit fatigued, but a company man now and probably someone that will stand their mind because he stepped up in short notice. Yeah, so here we are in the underdogs. Now I'm going to pick 3 underdogs on this card. We'll start with Giga Chazian. We haven't seen Giga in a bit of time. just injuries, I think, have kept him off. The stuff he's fighting Devin O'Mana, I think Devin O'Mana is very good. I'm just not sure he's up for the real step up in quality, because even though I do love Giga, he is kind of the gatekeeper of the top 15, the top ranks. Like, if we look at it, he's beaten everyone there, then just loses to the higher up above him, like Calvin Cater and Arnold Allen are the only two that actually beat him realistically in the UFC, and then he has beaten Jamal Emmers, Omar Moraes, Edson Barboza, Cub Swanson, Caceres. He's beaten all of them just by point touching. He just pays for points. I think Giga will do the same. I think he'll stay on the feet. He'll use the reach that I think the reach is very similar in this fight, actually. I think he has a 4-inch reach advantage. He's going to use that to his advantage, just to poke with jabs that he does. He'll probably stay out of danger. I do think Devin O'Mana is a very good young prospect. I just think this is a bit too quick for him. He hasn't really beaten anyone in the UFC. It's Gabriel Santos, Jonathan Pierce, and Robert Romero. Robert Romero's on this card, and I didn't really think he was close to really the step up that I thought Giga would have been. But on 3 for winning streak, you kind of have to give it to him. I'm going to pick Giga by point touching on the feet. I don't think there's going to be a massive amount of grappling assist in these, so I think it's going to be a straight, more boxing match, and I can see Giga taking it. Next, I'm going with Jimmy Flick, the Brick. Look, to be honest, the reason I'm going to pick this is Matt Schnell's on a 3-fight skid, where he hasn't looked good in any of these fights. He kind of looks almost kind of quit before he gets in there. And Jimmy Flick's he could take a punch in a very sneaky submission artist, to be honest. Like 50 wins by submission, 6 losses by KO. Fair enough. He's fought some heavy hitters in the UFC, and again, he can take them, but you know, he can get caught. I can see him kind of getting Schnell down in like round 1 and just finding like an arm triangle or an armbar, something along those lines, maybe off his back, because he is very, very good at that. But I'm going to pick Jimmy at 9-4. I just think his submission threat is there, and Matt Schnell is very capable to be submitted. Next, we go on to Carlos Prates. I'm picking him in the main event. I think he's going to show surprisingly good takedown defense. I think the gym is finally starting to prove a lot of people that they have all the tools. They have all the tools that they need. Carlos Prates has only really gotten big finishes with massive power. Like, you know, it doesn't really show the full base of MMA. Like, he's gotten all finishes in every one of his fights. Like, I don't think last time he went to decision was 2021. Now, I think this fight will go decision. I don't think he's going to be able to beat Ian Garry, but I think he's going to show some very good takedown defense, and I think it's just going to be there. Now, again, Ian Garry has only lost once, and it was to Shavkat, and he brought Shavkat into some deep waters. I won't argue. I just don't know if Ian Garry can play it as safe as he did against Shavkat with the power of Prates. Like, I think if he tries to almost wrestle too much, tires himself out, and Prates might be able to stop a few of them, which I think he will be. You have to think of who his teammates are in his gym. You have Gene Silva, who's one of the most complete people, currently a featherweight. Then you have Kai Bahalio, the natural, who probably will be their first champion. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's their best man. I know he goes to decisions, and that gets people going, oh, decision, but he's unbelievable. Kai Bahalio is really good. And then you have Rufi, who again is a striking mastermind. Like, Carlos Prates is Muay Thai brought into MMA. He has the perfect stance. It's everything right that a Muay Thai fighter does. Don't see a finish in it, but I can see a 25-minute close fight. I say a split decision, and I say Carlos Prates maybe 48-47 is probably what I'm going to say. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'll show you the ACA now. I'll go online. Here we are. Here's the ACA. So you get 2-9, 10-11, 4-4. You go down to 51, Randy Brown, all that. It's 10-51 back on Bet365 with the ACA boost. I think that's the best one. I think that's the way we're going to do it. Yeah. So that's going to be the video. So if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button or hit the subscribe button. I will keep doing these, obviously. I'll give you the full card breakdown now. Sorry, I keep nearly forgetting to do this. Manjing is going to end Smith's career. Knockout, first round, brutally. Akir Askamov versus Andre Muniz. I assume Askamov by decision. Chris Gutierrez versus John Castaneda is really drawing my kind of conclusion now. I don't know. I'm still going to go with Chris Gutierrez, but I'm not 100% confident of that. The women's fights, Jacqueline Lorena should win. I think Timothy Kachamba and Jocelyn Edwards. I think all of them are going to win, and that's how it's going to be. But anyways, if you did enjoy the video, please hit the like button. As I've said, hit the subscribe button, and I will keep doing these. I'll be back again next week, and I'll see you in the next one.